Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, what up? You guys can already see what time it is. It has been a hot minute since I've done a shop my stash video, but we are here to do one. I'm here to refresh this whole little makeup section over here, and to be honest with y'all, I don't even remember the things that I had in this shop my stash. I just was taking things out. I put some things in. I just don't even remember what all was in here, but it doesn't matter because we're here to refresh it. We're going to take all of this makeup out that's in the acrylic container. Might leave some things in that I didn't really get a chance to play with, but for the most part, we're going to refresh and renew all of this. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So if you guys want to see that, just keep on watching. So my Revlon Color Stay foundation, I still really love this foundation and think it's great. Definitely one of the best drugstore foundations out there. They have not changed much about this formula since they like repackaged it and everything. I still love it, but it is coming out. Estee Lauder Double Wear, she's coming out as well, and so is my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I'm gonna leave my Smashbox setting spray in here just because this really does help to make your makeup transfer proof when you're wearing a mask, so that's gonna stay in there. All of the lippy products are coming out because if you guys can see, this candle holder right here is holding all of these lip glosses in here from Milani, Kylie Cosmetics, Too Faced. This is holding all of the lip products that I'm going to be using in this shop my stash, so I kind of just threw them in here so that I would remember that these are the lip products that I want to focus on. So we'll get to the lip products later. All of these concealers are coming out. I had my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, Maybelline Fit Me, and then the NYX HD Photogenic concealer. All of those are coming out. All of like my single eyeshadows and things like that are coming out. I had this cream gel liner from ColourPop, a Super Shock Shadow in Lightning Bug, a Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher in Diamond Bronze, and then a matte pigment. All of those are coming out, putting all new pigments and single shadows in there. My powders, I had my two translucent powders, the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder, the Coty Airspun Translucent Full Coverage, what is it? Translucent Extra Coverage Setting Powder, that's coming out. As well as, you know what, I'm actually going to keep in my Laura Mercier setting powder in Translucent Honey. I'm going to keep that one in, so that's going to stay because I didn't really use that one a whole lot, so she's going to stay. Okay, I moved y'all down a little bit, but this NARS blush palette, this is going to come out. I actually didn't use these blushes a whole lot. I think I probably used 2 blushes out of here, but it's still going to come out just because I'm bored with it. All of my highlighters are coming out. So this is the L'Oreal Chromatic Bronze Highlighting Palette. This is actually a matte powder bronzer, but the rest are highlighters. And I do really like the highlighters in this palette. They give off a really metallic type of finish, but again, it's coming out. Both of these e.l.f. highlighters are coming out. This was 24 karat gold, and then this one was bronze gold. They practically look the same, but both of these are coming out. And then the e.l.f. Apricot Glow Baked Highlighter. This is also coming out as well. It was nice. It gives off more of a peachy type of finish. I feel like this would be really nice in the summertime. So it's coming out. My absolute love. You guys know I am obsessed with this bronzer, the Sephora bronzer, but she is coming out because I feel like I got a lot of good use out of her. And then this random blush from Fashion Fair. I don't know if I showed you guys this in the video, but it's basically just, first of all, this blush is super old, but it's basically just a really nice fall toned type of blush. And didn't use it, so it's coming out. Okay, so for eyeshadow palettes, I think I'm gonna keep in the Pat McGrath Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette because I mean, look at it. I think I'm gonna keep this in. Dream Street is coming out. Femme Rosa is going to stay in. I don't know. I just have really been into the pink tones lately. I do really enjoy this palette and think it's gorgeous and nice. And I really just want to get more use out of it. I especially want to use like these more purple tones right here. So I'm going to keep that one in as well. And the NARS palette is going to go. I know for a fact that I had way more eyeshadow palettes in the Shop My Stash than that. But listen, like I said, I can't remember exactly what all was in here. So we're just going to go with that. So like I said, I took all of the lip products out. And my main focus is going to be all of these glosses. So I have the Kylie Cosmetics gloss. I don't even know what shade that's in because it like wiped off on the bottom. If you guys can see, like there's not even a name really on the bottom of here. It's like wiped off, but both of them are like that. But I just know that I need to use those up, so I'm going to throw those in there. And then I have all of these glosses from Milani. These are the Milani Ludicrous glosses, and I bought a ton of them when they first came out. So all of those need to get used up, and they're like really pretty fall colors. They don't give a whole lot of pigment to the lips, just a good amount. So I wanted to put those in there. I also really wanted to put in this Patrick Ta lip shine. This is in She's Expensive. Yes, and this is really pretty. As you guys can see, it's super glittery, glistening type deal. I might wear this on New Year's actually, so that's really pretty. I wanted to throw that in there. I have this gloss from Too Faced and Jordan Woods. This was a collab that they did, and if you guys know about this gloss, you know that it's kind of old. This is in the shade, what shade are you? I have no clue. Oh, it's in the shade Social Butterfly, and it's actually a really pretty type of color. Nice peachy, super shimmery pink type of color. It's really pretty. So I wanted to put that in there. And then the rest of the glosses in here are the ColourPop So Juicy glosses. These will be perfect to use during the summertime, but I just wanted to put them in here now because I need to get some use out of them now. So those are in here as well. And then I wanted to throw in these 3 lippies from the Live Glam Lippy subscription. Guys, how bomb are these lip products? So I got these in for the month of December. Like I said, it's like a lip subscription service. So these are the ones that they sent for December. They are so pretty. I love the blinged out top, but as you guys can see, there's like a purple mauve tone, a red metallic, and then this is like a pinky nude type of color. So I wanted to put these in here to use as well. They just look so pretty sitting right there. So for my foundation primer, I am going to be adding in the NYX Bear With Me Hydrating Jelly. Yeah, Hydrating Jelly Primer. This is supposed to be really similar to the, what is it? The Milk Makeup Hydro Grip, as well as the Elf, what is it? The Jelly Pop Primer. So yeah, I wanted to go ahead and put this in here because, girl, I have not used her. So, and I bought her like 3 weeks ago. Can she fit in here? Yeah, she can fit in there. For foundation, I am wanting to put in my 2 Juvia's Place foundations. I have them in Gabon and Burkina, and I actually can mix these 2 together and get a perfect shade. Gabon is a little bit too dark, Burkina is a little bit too light and yellow toned, so me mixing those together gives me the perfect color. So just put those right there. For concealer, I'm going to go ahead with the matching Juvia's Place concealer, and I have mine in the shade number 12. It's a nice highlighting shade, but I also wanted to put in my Dose of Colors concealers. I have 2 of them here. I have the shade 22 and 24. As you guys can see, 22 is a little bit lighter, 24 is a dark neutral tone, but I wanted to put those in there as well. And those are the concealers that I'm going to be working with. For setting powder, I just decided to add in, of course, the Juvia's Place loose setting powder, and I have mine in the shade Kalahari, and it's like a yellow toned powder. And I figured since I already have the Laura Mercier honey one in there, might as well just throw one powder in. I don't want to overwhelm myself. For face setting powder, I'm just going to go ahead and add in my Sephora Micro Smooth Baked Face Setting Powder. I feel like I haven't used her in a really long time because I've been using a lot of other different pressed powders on my face, and I kind of forgot about her. But if you guys can see, I use her a lot. I really do. This is my like third one of these that I've gone through. I really like this powder, and I have mine in the shade 60 Deep. Yeah, 60 Deep. So that's going to be my face setting powder. Oh, I actually forgot to add in this primer. I wanted to add in my NYX Pore Filler Primer. So basically, this is just a really nice pore filling primer, but it also gives a little bit of a mattifying property to it. So I wanted to throw this in here as well, just in case that hydrating primer is a little bit too hydrating. And then another setting spray that I'm going to go ahead and put in, this is the Morphe Continuous Matte Setting Spray in Sweet Peach. This was in collaboration with Saweetie, and I just really like this bottle. I do like the smell of this, and I've only used it a couple of times. It's actually quite full, so I also wanted to put this in here as well. Okay, so for my single eyeshadow products, I got quite a few. So I have two Stila Glitter and Glow eyeshadows. Do people still use these? I don't even know if people still buy or still use these, or if these are still the hype. I still have them, so I want to use them. So I have the shade Wanderlust, which is a really pretty kind of pink shifting gold type of shade. Come on, camera, focus. Yeah, it's a pink shifting to gold type of shade. So want to use that one. And then I have this one, and this is in the shade Rockin' Rose, and this one is so pretty. It's similar to Wanderlust in where it's a pink and it shifts gold, but this one is more of a really deep rose type of color. It's really pretty, so definitely want to use that one. I'm gonna throw in a ColourPop loose shadow. This is the pigment in the shade, what are you, Red Zone, and it's really pretty. I don't know if you guys can see all of that shimmer that it has running throughout it, but this will be a really pretty pigment. I'm gonna apply this with my finger on my lid, and I think it'll be so gorgeous. I want to throw in MAC Uninterrupted. I've had this eyeshadow for so long, but it's still such a good one, such a classic. So pretty. It's like that mustard brown tan type of color that everyone was like going crazy over back in what was it, like 2015 or so. Really pretty shade. I just want to throw that in there and get some use out of it. I'm going to throw in this ColourPop Metallic Liquid Liner. This is in the shade Bronze Touch, and it's really pretty. It's a metallic, but it does have some nice sparkle to it. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with this, but I will find a way to use it. Okay, and then I also want to add in 3 ColourPop Super Shock shadows. So the first one is in the shade Birthday Girl. This is a really metallic kind of pinky silver type of shade. It's really pretty on the lid. So, and I've used quite a bit of it already, so I know I like it and I could get some good use out of it. I also wanted to add in the Super Shock shadow in a little quirky. This is another one that I really do enjoy, have used a good bit of it, and it's a really pretty shade. Love it. It's more on the neutral side. I can actually wear this with warm tone looks or cool tone looks. It's really pretty. So just wanted to add that in there. And then the very last one, this is in the shade Helio Goodbye, and I've actually never used this one on my lid before. I've only ever swatched it. So yeah, putting that in there as well. So for blush and bronzer, so for my blush, I have a NYX Sweet Cheeks blush. This one is in the shade Summer Breeze. Really pretty. I like it. These type of blushes are right up my alley. It's gorgeous, so I wanted to throw that in here. I'm throwing in another NYX Sweet Cheeks blush. As you guys can see, this one is a lot deeper. This one is in the shade Risky Business, and since it is still winter time and we are still wearing like darker colors on our cheeks, I wanted to put this one in here as well. I also have a blush from ColourPop. It's a single pan blush and it is in a palette, but I figure like it doesn't matter if it's in a palette, I'll try and use it. This blush right here is in the shade Tulip to Quit, and as you guys can see, it's more of like that rosy brown type of shade. And I'm also going to be adding in this bronzer. This bronzer is in the shade Bits and Pieces. So since they're in this palette, I'm going to keep them in here because I don't have single pans for them, but I will be working on both this blush and this bronzer. One other blush that I want to throw in, well actually this is a whole palette, but this is the Pure X Barbie blush palette from their Endless Possibilities Round 2 collection, and this is gorgeous. Really like the blushes in this palette. As you guys can see, it ranges from like really deep rosy colors to more neutral. This is like a coral type of shade, more of a plum mauvey type of shade, and then you got a pink. Really like the colors in here, and they are super pigmented. They show up on my skin really nicely. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Just wanted to get some use out of this. And then I have one other bronzer, I believe. Yes, I'm only throwing in one other bronzer. This is the Revolution Pro Glow bronzer, and this one is in the shade Medium. You guys, they did such a good job with making darker, deeper bronzers for darker skin tones, but that's why I want to play with it. For highlighter, I only picked two, but I picked an Anastasia Glow Kit, and this one is in Sun Dipped. And I was so late on the bandwagon picking this up. Sun Dipped has been out for how many years now? And I had just picked it up this year. And then I also wanted to throw in this Big Daddy right here. This is the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in the Real Thing. This came out with one of their collections. I don't really remember which one it was. Y'all know ColourPop comes out with things all the time, but this is what that highlighter looks like, and this mirror is huge. But this is the highlighter. It's gold. It's really reflective, really pretty. I love the pattern of it. It is gorgeous. So definitely wanted to show this a little bit more love. Really like the packaging and how compact it is. Now we can move it on over to eyeshadow palettes. I didn't go crazy with eyeshadow palettes, but let's go ahead and add them in. So the first one is going to be my Morphe X James Charles mini eyeshadow palette. I don't know how long ago I bought this, but you guys, I have not dipped into this palette at all, and I know everybody and their mother always talked about this palette. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try and see exactly what the hype is, because I really don't know. Then I'm going to add in my ColourPop Bare Necessities eyeshadow palette. Yes, mine is gross because your girl actually uses this. And if you guys remember from the video that I did, this is not the original ColourPop Bare Necessities eyeshadow palette. I did take away shades, add shades, rearranged it, took shades from other palettes, and basically this is a Frankenstein palette that I created myself. It does still have a lot of the original colors from the original Bare Necessities palette, but now it's completely my own, and I love it so much more than the original. But yeah, I'm adding this in here. You guys can see I got a lot of good use out of this palette, but I just want to use her some more. I'm also wanting to add in my ABH Norvina Volume 4 palette because I really do love and enjoy this palette, and I just feel like I played with her for a little bit and then I kind of put her away and only pulled her out every now and again. But I definitely want to pull this out and play with it because I love the colors in here. I love the pinks. I love the metallic shades. I love this glitter. I want to use that for New Year's actually. So I wanted to pull this palette out. Oh, and by the way, I love the packaging. That huge mirror. The fact that it's like this hard plastic and it's a really cute pink color. So I wanted to pull this out and play with it, try and come up with a New Year's look. Yeah. Another really cute palette that I wanted to pull out, this is the Pure X Barbie palette from the same collection as the blush palette. It was called Endless Possibilities 2, and this is what the actual palette looks like, and it is gorgeous. Not gonna lie to you guys, I have used this palette a couple of times and I've created some really pretty beautiful looks with it. I have no idea why I never did any looks on my channel with this palette, but she is beautiful. I really love these like chunky type of shades that they included in the palette. That's right up my alley. Y'all know I love a good textured eyeshadow. But yeah, it does have some really good transition colors in here, like this one and this one. It's just overall a really nice palette with some really nice colors. Packaging is gorgeous, and so yeah, she's going in there because I really want to use her. I'm pulling in my Morphe 18F eyeshadow palette. This came with like a whole collection of different color palettes, but this is what that one looks like. As you guys can see, it's more of like a pinky toned eyeshadow palette, and I figure because I have been so slow with uploading my Shop My Stash videos that this Shop My Stash will carry me through Valentine's Day. So yeah, that's another reason why I put this palette in here, because it's like those pinky tones that we're gonna want to wear on Valentine's Day, doing really cute, fun, flirty looks. So I figured I would put that in here as well. And the very last palette that I'm going to throw in is another new one. This is my Kaleidos Futurism 8 Sashimi or Futurism 7. Girl, I have no idea. I don't read Roman numerals, but I'm assuming it's 7. But this is the Sashimi City palette. It is such a gorgeous palette, if I do say so myself. This is what she looks like. How pretty. Like, how pretty. These two shades, again, are right up my alley because they are like super textured and glittery, and look how they catch the light from my ring light. They are so pretty. And then you just have like some neutral colors, a tan shade, an orangey shade, a brown, another brown. Like really, really pretty, basic, simple, gorgeous type of palette. So definitely wanted to add her in there. I thought that she would be really cute to use as well. So that is everything, you guys, for my Shop My Stash. Whew, I know I've been taking forever to upload this video, but it is here now. Like I said, this Shop My Stash is probably going to take me all the way through Valentine's Day, so expect another Shop My Stash around that time. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up and leave me a comment down below letting me know that you enjoyed it. If you're new, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that you can be notified every single time I upload a video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.